Hi, Sinesaw here, and welcome to episode 2. Basically, this video is the third one that I made, but you've seen it as second because what happened was, as you remember from the first one, from the first video, my setup comprehended past also the mixer. But I got rid of it. So the entire second episode that I recorded last week was about how to connect the mixer. But then I decided I don't need a mixer. So now here we are. I had to remake an entire video. And you're probably wondering how the hell I'm actually working without a mixer. And another news, I got a Moog. Yeah, I finally got a Moog. And yeah, so there's also this guy inside the setup. So how the hell I'm actually mixing everything? Well, now it isn't difficult, but at the same time it of course I don't know, I think I have some mental problem because that's the only reason why a person would do such a thing. Let me explain. So, the TR8S is basically the master. So everything goes through the external input of the TR8S. That means the MC707, the Avalon bassline, the Moog, the guitar, and at a certain point even my voice. By the way, yes, I'm speaking like that because I got a cold, so yeah, my nose is basically non-existent. I don't know how I'm breathing, but that's how it goes. Anyway. So, and you're gonna tell me, okay, but everything goes into the external input, but you have a left and right. And I'm gonna tell you yes. So, what happened is, the 707 goes into the external input, but on the external input of the 707, there's the 303. So the Avalon bassline. So, there's a kind of audio daisy chaining to go into the TR8S. There's a complete channel into the MC707, which of course allow me to have a complete equalizer for the 303 on top of the Zoom MS70 CDR that I'm actually using, and an effect. So what I choose to have is a delay. So the delay is always synchronized with the 707, which makes sense now. So I don't have to tap it or whatever MIDI connection. There's a channel. So basically, the 707 is the mixer here. Now, I'm dividing the 8 tracks of the 707 as the first one is the bass, the second and the third are the synths or the samples. Or the samples. The fourth one is a drum track, which I'm gonna put samples on it. Which might be vocals, which might be hooks, which might be weird stuff, or even drum stuff, actually. Why not? I didn't thought of that. But yeah. So, a drum track, which is basically a samples track. Then I do have a MIDI track, which is only for having the crash on the TR8S each and every 4 bars, so I can listen to it. And I don't know, I love to have the crash on the crash cymbals on the every four bars. So I don't know, Yeah, that's how I count. Don't ask me. Actually, ask me. And speaking of asking, may I ask you to subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell, and yeah, it helps me. And yeah, you know, every morning I'm actually looking into the YouTube studio and say, oh, damn, another person just subscribes, and I'm so happy about it. So yeah. Plus, follow me on the various social links in the descriptions everywhere. Instagram, listen to my music on Bandcamp if you want. My entire discography is there, and if you subscribe to my Patreon, you get 90% discount on the entire discography. So you get everything that I've done for, I don't know, very, very little. Yeah, but it helps me. So if you want it, going back here. We've said, yeah, the MIDI track for the crashes. Then track number 6 is the weirdest one. Basically, the MC707 doesn't have any other external input. But there's an input actually, which is the return input from any kind of send and return routing that you want to do. And smart enough from Roland, thank you Roland, you can use the return as an insert in one track. That means that basically I can use the return signal as an input, the return connection as an input for a track. So in another track there's another that hide I don't know, that second external input. And what is going on there? Well, basically what I've done is putting actually everything comes from the looper, the RC202 from Roland again. Yes, I'm a Roland boy. I know. Anyway, everything goes through this looper. So the Moog goes through the pedals, which goes into the looper, which goes into the input. So if I do whatever sound, I can loop it and play with it, and then continue to do whatever. And in fact, the guitar actually, what it does is going into the input. There's a lot of input and output, yeah, I know. It goes into the input of the Moog, the Sub 37. So I do have an external in volume here, and I can actually filter it with a Moog filter, distort some saturation stuff, which again will go through the pedals. I can record and loop the guitar, and then goes into the MC707, which there's another delay, another effects, and then blah blah blah, which goes into the Roland TR-8S, and yeah, that's it. Which goes into the master effects, which is the Pioneer. Weird, I know, it's just weird. Why the hell I'm doing it? Because it sounds good. Don't ask me why, but I love it and it sounds good. So back into the channels, the remaining channels. So the channel number 7 is another loop, another looper basically for samples, but mostly percussion samples, so chop breaks samples, which I love to insert inside my sound. And the last one, the track number 8 is the 303 going into the 707 from the external input, which goes into the external input of the synthesizer, blah, 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 blah. Yes, a lot of stuff. Now, the secret on having everything working, low volumes. So slow down your volumes, put down your volumes, be careful on the gain staging of everything. As soon as you're great with the gain staging of everything, everything works. You need to do not overload any of the external input. So all the volumes and gainings are quite low, but that allows the master effects on the TR-8S to be gentle on everything. So for example, and I'm actually using the vinyl simulator, which I love it. I just love it. It's the best thing, it's the best sounding thing, best sounding effect I ever had on a master, and I need to ask Roland what the hell is that, because it's brilliant. And given all the low volumes all around, it is actually quite nice and subtle. Well, not really subtle, but yeah, it doesn't destroy everything. And I like it. So yeah, the only thing you need to do, make sure, is gain staging. There's no meter anywhere, so you don't know anything. So you in the entire thing, I don't know anything about how hot I'm actually coming into an external input. So I need to use my ears. That's it. And that's the suggestion for you for today. The suggestion for you for today is use your ears. As soon as it sounds good, go for it. Quick trick: open everything. So all the sounds that you want, so the maximum of your super loop that you may be starting with, and start inserting each and everything and putting down all the volumes as soon as everything sounds great, you're done with it. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. Now, it is Christmas time. So, as usual, and you should go and look back into each year Christmas thing that I made. Also, this year I'm using a Christmas sample for making this track. I wish you all Merry Christmas, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This Christmas sample is quite weird. It's not the usual ones, so I went through some weird, funky stuff, which was Christmas related, so I just use it. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the track.
Man, what's the matter with you? Don't you know it's Christmas?